So last Christmas, he gave them his heart, and the very next day, we're talking the very next day here, they couldn't even wait till the end of Christmas. They gave it away.
Yeah.
Well, guys, one of the most interesting stories over the past weekend is, of course, interesting is maybe giving a little too much credit.
But if you haven't been paying attention, what happened this weekend?
This guy.
Iluma!
He sounds like this. He's now saying on this internet platform that you're not allowed to post links to other similar social media platforms. I can't wait to hear from Glenn Greenwald,
all these guys.
Matt Taibbi. I can't wait to hear from these guys who are super pissed off about not being able to link to the New York Post.
How are they going to react to this one?
Hey guys, you ready to chime in on this one? Now, just before I'm recording this guy's saying he's going to quit. Just basically a guy doing this.
But even through all this, guys, okay,
there's one guy who will always suck around and stand and blow smoke up Elon Musk's ass. This guy looks at Elon Musk and he goes,
Daddy can do no wrong.
That's right. We're talking about totally sane individual who things are going well if this guy has a large following. That's right.
Jordan T. Sweeterman,
Esquire.
So Germany had collapsed into a godless materialist atheism in some real sense, and so that brought forth a deep longing for the archetypal gods, and Hitler provided that. Orwell knew that.
Well, hold on a second, Jordy.
Vampires are cool people, are they not?
It's because of godless atheism is that Hitler. Okay, Jordy, you're right. That's right, guys. When this guy is not saying ahistorical / deeply offensive and stupid things about the Holocaust, for example,
he's also doing his tweets.
This is probably a new favorite example of Jordy Peterson sucking around Elon Musk all the time. And Barry Weiss, dean of, what is it called? Austin University, actually kind of stood up for herself. And she was like, hey, dude, kind of seems like you're just banning journalists. Isn't this the thing you said you were going to fix? She kind of pushed back a little bit. And then Jordy had to step in. We could probably give at Elon Musk, which is all the time with the at
Elon all the time.
We could probably give at Elon Musk a few months to slay this particular extremely toxic dragon. At Barry Weiss, at Eric Weinstein. Oh yeah, get all the great thinkers involved there, Jordy. Then he follows this up with, he does have a few other things on his mind. Jordy Peterson is 60 years old, and he's acting like a little kid trying to get his picture taken with Shaq.
He's like, he's got a lot going on.
He's got a lot in his mind, Barry. How dare you? This is his demented brain. How dare you speak up to the more rich guy? Jordy Peterman, you sniveling little turd, you. Grow up, you're 60 years old. And then he ats Elon Musk again. He does have a few other things on his mind at Elon Musk. So he's saying, he's putting the receipt. See, Elon, I said good things. Elon, hey, I said good things about you, bro. You're 60. You're 60 years old, you groveling little puke, you. I mean, hold on a second. What happened to the brutal trial by fire of competency here?
You hear the egalitarian clarion call everywhere.
Right.
Everything should be equal. Everything should be equally distributed. We should strive for equity. It's like, wrong. Especially if you're a conservative. Wrong.
Okay.
What we want are just hierarchies of competence.
Just hierarchies of competence.
Wow.
Oh, he's got a lot on his mind lately. He's got a lot on his mind.
He's going through one of those periods of time where it's like a stock photo of a guy looking out of a window and it's sad. He's going through that.
This is so much more disgusting than guys like simping for a hot babe, like an OnlyFans babe on Twitter. They're like, "Oh, looking pretty today." Wait till she sees this. Wait till she sees this. Date time. Jordan Peterson has somehow found something worse. Being just such a groveling little companyman. It's so much worse. What kind of brain has to be rattling around? That's not nice. That's not nice, but I'm going to say it anyway. What kind of brain has to be rattling around in the head of a Jordy follower when what he's saying here is you have to honor the boss no matter what, right? Like, provably, just over the past couple of days, we're like, oh, any sane person, like, oh, Elon Musk is a moron.
I think this raises a big question about what the free press, what the future of the free press on Twitter looks like. Are news organizations going to stand by as the reporters are just, hastily banned without explanation?
Great. So not too hard to understand that one. CNN happens to be right in this case. They're like, this guy's banning journalists, journalists who are not nice to him, kind of press his ass to the fire a little bit. Weird. They got suspended. Weird. CNN says, oh, that's f***ed up. That seems f***ed up. They happen to be right in this case. What does Jordy say? Okay, here we go. It would so sad to see at CNN. Why do you have to at everybody?
It would be so sad to see at CNN descend even faster into
absolute irrelevance. Amazing, truly amazing as always. This is a guy who is famous. One of the big reasons we know about this turd. He dresses like a little kid from the 1940s, But the reason we know about him is because he's the free speech. They're going to control my speech. Now we have a real solid example of that. A guy who's just banning the ass of journalists he doesn't like. Jordy steps his little foot in. He's probably wearing a little pilgrim shoe with a buckle on it. He steps that in and he goes,
how dare you make fun of the boss?
That's the boss. At Elon Musk, right? I'm doing good again. I just want to remind you that
Daddy can do no wrong.
Yeah, but guys, other than that, this old man seems to be having a pretty normal one, so I guess we could just wrap things... Wait, what's this here? Robert Reich, some guy who tweets a lot and does videos, says, Elon Musk and his enablers have turned this website into a torrent of ad hominem attacks, lies floated as jokes, and blatant misinformation. This isn't freedom of speech. It's just dangerous. And Jordy Peterson, like a total normal guy, writes, and it's getting just impossible to find child porn. And a smiley face. We're doing two very important things in the brain of Jordy, which is we're showing our loyalty. We're showing our loyalty and sucking around Elon Musk and calling anyone who questions him a pedophile. Also, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that Elon Musk has fired. He's fired a lot of the safety people for this goddamn wretched company. He's fired a lot of the safety people. The people whose job is to keep illegal and terrible material off of Twitter. He fired a lot of their asses. The other thing that I love about Jordy Creeperston's timeline is just the quality of... just the amazing people that he digs up to... Look at these great minds. The things that they come up with. This is one guy I've never made fun of him on this channel because he's boring. Like, the content is just so dumb that it's boring. Like, Jordan Peterson is interesting because he's like Nicolas Cage in Vampire's Kiss,
Well.
He's lost his mind, so it's funny to make fun of somebody who's losing their mind. That's what we do. So Jordan Peterson retweets this guy who says, Wikipedia says 7 accounts getting suspended, those are the journalists or whatever, is a massacre because they're calling it on Wikipedia the, quote, Thursday night massacre, okay? So this guy says 7 accounts getting suspended, they call it a massacre, but 14,000 arrests, 19 dead, biggest National Guard deployment ever, are protests. And I guess he's talking, then on Wikipedia, you click the other one and it's George Floyd protest. So in this case, it's just like there's so many levels of stupid to this that it's almost like when a little kid asks you, like, why can't I go inside of a mirror? And you're like, what? What are you talking about? Go to school. Go to school, you little shit. I mean, first of all, calling it the Thursday night massacre is a joke. It's a joke title. Nobody thinks anybody was murdered.
If you have one news outlet or 3 news outlets with identical ideology,
okay,
you're not...
by the way, this is that same guy from that previous tweet, Michael Malice. I don't know why he's dressed like Kraftwerk, but check this out.
If you have one news outlet or 3 news outlets with identical ideology,
right,
you're not going to be able to get to any kind of truth. or any kind of useful information. It's all going to be pre-filtered for you. It's like a baby bird and you're eating the mother bird's vomit, right?
Oh, sounds terrible.
Okay.
If you have what we have increasingly now with technology, if you have a world where everyone has a camera on their phone,
right?
If you have a world where anyone can put their ideas out there,
right?
Maybe they're banned from certain outlets, but they're not literally.
But just don't act on that stuff, right? So like the police kill a guy, a bunch of people protest. Don't act. So yeah, it's great. It's great that this technology's out there. People can upload it, but don't do anything about it. Are you crazy? Don't do anything about it. Yeah. Anyway,
back in the day, if you only had the TV crews with cameras, you can only see what they're capturing, and they could edit it.
That was
Whereas
bad.
now,
yep.
We saw this recently during COVID, right?
Oh, okay.
You had these reporters with masks on, and they're talking, but the cameraman wasn't wearing a mask. So you have the people on the street being like, look, they don't believe it.
Oh, that's a good example. That's a good example. Not wearing a mask. Police violence. Not wearing a mask. That's where we really, complaining about putting on a mask, which nobody even does. They go, oh, that's a real problem, right, Mike? This guy has to know what he's saying is stupid, right?
What do you think of the leak of the Twitter files?
I mean, dude, just listen to this. I don't know what is going on over at the Lex Fridman podcast.
What do you think of the leak of the Twitter files?
Good question.
I was so happy that Elon gave the information to Matt Taibbi and Barry Weiss, who are both, by any metric, lefties.
Any metric? Who are both by any. So I can use any metric on how to decide whether or not Barry Weiss is a remotely politically leftist. What's a metric we could use? Well, we could use the most obvious and public one, which is did she support the left candidate for president, Bernard Sanders? Oh no, she vehemently opposed him. Here's her retweeting that idiot, what's that guy's name? David Brinks, Jar Jar Binks in the New York Times. Opinion, no, not Sanders, not ever. Yeah, that's an indication. And she titles it, The Loneliness of the Liberal in This Dangerous Populist Moment. Come on, Barry. This guy should be free to say whatever he wants online, say the stupidest things he can think of that make no sense and mislead people about how the world works.
I look at him in the face and I say, go off, King.
And then I say,
I love you.
But no one, just for that, I mean, if it were only that, you heard just that from him, never listen to this guy again, has no idea what he's talking about. Okay, this next retweet, when did he retweet this piece of crap? December 16th. He retweets this on December 16th. I don't know where he finds these videos. I mean, did he get this out of Stephen King's Mist, this video? Is there like a monster next? Where does he find this absolute garbage? He's like a magnet for the worst political videos you could ever find. This might be the worst thing I've ever seen on Twitter. Wait till you hear what this guy Wait till you hear what this goddamn guy says.
What do almost all famous dictators have in common?
That's super cute? Oh, I don't know. What is it?
They played the victim card.
Oh,
this is why I
right.
go full skeptical hippo every time I hear politicians or activists. This is why I go full skeptical hippo every time I hear politicians or activists talk about restructuring society in order to address inequality and oppression so they can give the power back to the subjugated people.
Okay.
After the oppressed versus oppressor narrative is established and the general population now holds resentment for the oppressors as it becomes more socially supported, they start positioning themselves as liberators to this tyranny. Now that power is centralized, the revolutionaries can punish dissidents and the supposed oppressors however they see fit, and this is how North Korea, the Soviet Union, Cuba, Germany, and many more countries all slid into totalitarianism, all because of a victimhood narrative.
And the guy is saying, I get very suspicious. Every time I hear people talking about inequality and oppression because that's how Hitler.
Because of the fact that's how Hitler.
And this is okay, I was goofing around, but this is a great point. Because when those abolitionists were doing their thing back then, they were like, hey, all this slavery stuff is unequal. And there's a lot of oppression here. I was like, Hitler time. My Hitler radar is going off. you know? When people should strike or form a union, or I'm like, Hitler. I say, have you guys considered Hitler? And then they brutally beat me and shove me in the trash can. But the point is that I got my message out there. Thank you. I'll be in the bathroom.
Hey, do you guys remember those railroad workers?
That were like trying to get a better deal from the railroad companies. And they were like, hey, it's not fair that we have no sick days. That's oppressive. Especially when there's so much inequality in that, whatever, Warren Buffet or whatever that little puppet's name is. He's making so much money off of this, we can't even get a couple days off of sick leave. Oh, when they were saying that, I actually marched up to them. And I was wearing a 3-piece suit. I marched up to their railroad working asses. And I go, excuse me, guys, have you considered Hitler? That this is what he did? And I know what you're thinking. They all gathered around me and they said, please tell us more, sir. But you'll be shocked to find out that they pantsed me and dumped my ass into a trash can. And left me there for dead, and a raccoon bit me. What is this vibe/fit from this guy? Oh my god, man. Like, honestly, please change and fix this. Please look at one of your videos and go, no. Okay, continuing on through the mist that is Jordy's timeline. So here's another amazing one. Jordy just posted a video where this guy's talking about Hitler and Nazis and all this stuff. Here's a great one. It says, never again. This is what he writes. Never again. Never again. Dramatic ass Never again. Never again. Never again. Oh, wow. Oh, is that I can't see too good. Is that T.S. Eliot over there? Oh, no. It's just a weird guy who dressed like a child. So never again. He's doing his dramatic thing. Never again. Okay, so this must be about what? Nazis, the Holocaust, 9/11, maybe. You know, so let's point our eyes down. It's time to wear a mask again, health experts say. Can't you imagine, you know, Jordy and his weird daughter, they're in Canada somewhere, you know, they walk into the hockey/Mike Myers memorabilia store or whatever crap, who cares? And the people who work there are like, hey, can you put on a mask? We ask that you put a mask on in the store. They're like,
this is like the Soviet Union /Hitler.
Then they put on the masks, but Michaela's like, I can't breathe. She faints, and Jordan Peterson's like,
she needs Alpha Brain. She needs 10 cc's of Alpha Brain from Joe Rogan's website. Immediately.
Let's make our way to proceed into more Jordyisms. Here's another great tweet. He's retweeting some lady. We must stop treating young men like they're born guilty.
Okay.
Or their natural masculine instincts are detrimental to society. Oh. We have a great deal more to fear from weak, inept men than strong, capable ones. And this is true. Okay, so one thing I do have to agree with Jordy on is that I think me and Jordy have the same idea of what a strong masculine role model is, okay? And for me, my masculine role model is a guy named Lieutenant Colonel Ace Danger is his name. And me and Ace Danger went to go get Cold Stone Creamery one day, and they said, can you put on a mask? And he himself. He peed his uniform. Okay, all his decorations in his Purple Heart fell off because he blasted his pants with so much. There's no other way to put it, but number one and number two. Okay, I'm just telling the story. We look at Jordy's timeline, we go, I need a drink, you know.
We're making our way through the demented mind.
We're making our way through the projection of a seriously troubled man. You know, we go down his timeline, and what do we find? This is another one of my favorite Jordy, you know, tropes with his Twitter, is the laziest anti-vax content I've ever seen. I get the feeling Jordy Biederman doesn't care about this anti-vax stuff. He probably thinks those people are crazy, but he's like,
gotta do it to keep these kooks on the line.
So the White House, the beautiful, great White House tweets, get your updated COVID vaccine as soon as possible to ensure a safe, healthy, and happy holiday season. Find a vaccine near you at vaccines.gov. So he's retweeting this, and he puts, still shilling for Big Pharma at White I love how he ats everybody. At White House. How did he not at Elon in this? You know?
Still shilling for Big Pharma at White House. How appalling. Right, Elon? Do you like this? No? Okay, delete.
But unlike Jordan Peterson, I've never seen him do any real, like, anti-vax content. You know, he's not like, what's that guy, Brett Weinstein or whatever, who's like, you know, at least that guy's like coming with some material. He's like, I found this on r/conspiracy or whatever. Let's read through this in my NPR voice. Jordan Peterson just posts something vaccine related, and then he goes,
kiss my ass.
What? Okay, well, what's your problem with the vaccine?
You know why. It's bad or something. I don't know.
It would be so fun to get Jordan T. Derek Jeterson to explain this. And then we'll be like, okay, you're saying big pharma. So do you have a problem with big corporations? Here's another amazing one. He's retweeting some lady who says, speaking with a friend's... Listen to this story, by the way. Speaking with a friend's 18-year-old son, strong Christian, who started college in the fall. Already this story. Oh, it's a friend's son. The request to provide his pronouns is coming up for the first time in his life. How would you advise him to respond? And this is Jordan Peterson's answer.
Tell him to tell them to go to hell.
And I like this because I would like to see an 18-year-old in 2022 telling people to go to hell.
Go to hell, bah humbug.
Hey, what are your pronouns? In your ear, mister.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be taking my suit and my briefcase, which I bring to the college every day, and getting out of here.
Okay, guys, here we go. One last little peek at Jordy Peterson blowing smoke and sucking around, sounds like this. Sucking around Elon Musk. Here's Iluma. He goes, should I step down as head of Twitter? I will abide by the results of this poll. And Jordy B swoops in.
Hi.
And he starts doing this. Sucking around. Jordy B goes, don't do it! Don't do it!
You get to have a learning curve just like everyone else. Elon Musk! Notice me! Hey, Elon! Notice me!
Check this Schmidt out right here. Should I step down as the head of Twitter? I will abide by the results of this poll. Yes, you should. Ooh, Jordy, I'm so sorry. But your results weren't very...
Hi.
So that's it. Iluma! He's out.
Bye-bye. So there we go, guys. A little peekaboo into one of our favorite whack jobs.
He's probably been urged by people, hey, get help, bro. You all right? But instead, we like to make fun of him and give him a hard time because he's off the deep end. But happy holidays to Jordy Peterson and his weird daughter, who God knows what she's doing,
Well, guys, thanks so much for tuning in.
I love you so much. Have a good one. Take care of yourself, for God's sake. You're not going to anyway. Love you so much. Bye-bye. Last Christmas, I shut the hell up. But the very next day, I was talking again. This year, I'm drinking a beer. And that's because I'm very special.
Yeah! Hey, guys.
Guess what? You're not even getting the whole show. If you want every episode and a whole bunch of other
subscribe on Patreon.
Subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. Just click the stupid little link below the video in the comments.
See, right there.
There you go. Click it, and yep. When you become a patron for as little as 2 bones, you get the Tuesday, Thursday, patron-only episodes. You also get the weekly Book-a-Blega show where we talk about important books. The questions and comments thing where you can ask questions and make comments and all this crap.
And the weekly behind-the-scenes show. All for less than the price of a rancid Charleston chew.